Hello and welcome to my tutorial for pattern wires. This is my first ever tutorial, so it may be a bit rough around the edges. I hope you don't mind. This is what a pattern wires module looks like. Let's move on to the manual to see what we have to do. In this module, you cut wires depending on if their symbol matches a pattern in the manual. In the manual, you can find 7 patterns on these 2 pages, and you follow the first pattern of which the condition matches. Let's check our module. We have a black wire, a black wire, a green wire, a black wire, and a green wire. Let's check. If there are 2 blue wires and 1 yellow wire, that's not the case. If there are no repeating colors, that's also not the case. If 3 wires are red, there are no red wires. A white wire is after a yellow wire. None of those exist. Only 2 colors repeat. Yes, we have black repeating and green repeating. So this is the pattern we're going to have to follow. But do take note of the last digit of the serial number. If the last digit of the serial number is odd, you follow the pattern in reverse. In this case, it's a 5, so we'll follow it in reverse. Here we have square, circle, circle, square, and star. Now we check back on our wires. We have a square, a circle, a square, and another square. So now, if one of these symbols matches a symbol in the manual, we cut the wire. The first symbol is a square on both the module and in the manual, so we cut it. The second symbol is a circle, which is also both in the manual and on the module, so we cut it. The third symbol differs between the manual and the module, because in the manual it's a circle, but on the module it's a square, so we don't cut it. Next, we have a square that matches, so we cut it. And the last symbol was a square, which does not match the star in the manual. Now that we know how the module works, let's try that again to practice. Here we have 4 white wires and then a red wire. Let's check the conditions. First, if there are 2 blue wires and 1 yellow wire, that's not the case. There are no blue wires. There are no repeating colors. White seems to repeat a lot, so that's not the case. 3 wires are red, there's only 1 red wire. A white wire is after a yellow wire. No, there are no yellow wires. Only 2 colors repeat. Red does not repeat. There are less than 2 green wires and a single black wire. There are no black wires. Otherwise, we use this pattern. So, let's check the serial number. We have a 6, so we read it from left to right. First, we have a triangle, which matches the triangle on the module, so we cut this wire. Next, we have a star on the module. In the manual, that's a triangle. We don't cut it. Next, on the module, we have a circle. In the manual, that's a square. We don't cut it. Next, on the module, we have a star. That's a star in the manual. We cut it. And lastly, it's the same as the last one. We have a star in both the manual and on the module, so we cut this wire. And that's the module solved. Something of note is that for the condition a white wire is after a yellow wire, the manual is referring to immediately after instead of at any point after. So this white wire, which is after this yellow wire, does not count, but this white wire, which is after this yellow wire, does count. Lastly, the module strikes if you cut a wrong wire. Like that. And that's all there is to say on pattern wires. I hope this was helpful, and I hope you have fun diffusing this module.
Emergency cleared. All personnel, please return to your stations.